Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio. We're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. We're in the kitchen right now, my favorite place in the whole house, and this is where all the creations can be done, kind of like chemistry. I've got a really easy good recipe for you right now with several others, but I want to demonstrate this one. You like chocolate peanut butter cups, kind of like the Reese's peanut butter cups? I got a real simple, easy 3-ingredient recipe for you. Well, 4 because I've added something a little extra. First thing you're going to need is a muffin pan, and I've got this one right here I'm going to use. This is not going to be baked, okay? So everything is going to be totally in your hands. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have little cupcakes right here, little cupcake fillers, little papers, and we're going to get 6 of those, and this is going to make about 6 peanut butter cups. And they'll be the bigger ones. You'll like that part too. This is something really easy. Let's see. The kids, like Brad, would bring other kids home at college. And, you know, I always learned to be prepared because he would bring, like, seems like half the college would want to come home with him. Because I like to cook, and all the boys knew that. So it was a popular place to come when he was going to college. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up with 3 ingredients. Those ingredients are, I'm adding another one. You want 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And then you need 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter, and then 1 cup of chocolate melted. Now what I have is, you can get Toll's House, you can get like any brand you want, even the off-brand works, but I like to use the milk chocolate. Dark chocolate is good, but everybody around here likes milk chocolate. So let's go on ahead. I've already melted it. Now the ingredient I have added is a little bit of butter, okay, and it makes it just a little bit creamier in texture because it's, when you melt it, see, it already comes out, it kind of hardens like. So I may have to throw this in the microwave again just for a second because I was getting prepared, and you know how that is. Well, let's go ahead and get just a bit of the mixture. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, I've got my little papers right here, and they're all right here. So let's go ahead and add just a bit of the chocolate. Okay, and we're going to put it down in the bottom, okay, of the pan, or the little paper. Just a dollop, that's all we need, just a little bit. And so you can see where I'm coming with this. But the milk chocolate to me serves just a little bit better. Okay, we're going ahead and put that one right there. It's going to be good and messy and awesome. Yeah, just wait until we get through with this. Okay, I'll go ahead and put another little dollop in this one. Just make sure you get the cover, the bottom covered real good. Okay, and I didn't do it on the first one, so let me go ahead before it starts hardening. There we go. That's what I want. See, I want it to look kind of like that. It's a little bit messy around the corners, but who cares? You know, when I was cooking, when I was younger, I was so worried about everything just looking perfect. And I did want it to look good, okay? You want a good presentation. But you know something? When you're busy working on that presentation, the kids come in, especially the college kids, they could care less how it looks. They just want that good taste, the good flavor. Okay, so there's the 3rd one. And let's go ahead and get the 4th, and then the 5th, and then the 6th. And again, all this is chocolate chips. Now you can use other forms of chocolate if you'd like to, whatever you want. It's just the chocolate chips seem to work a little bit better. Okay, again, we're coming up with easy stuff, okay? No point in being, because you work and, you know, you get tired when you come in and you got all this stuff you got to do, you know. I know, I've been there. I know exactly how it is. And you just need things to be a little bit easier. Years ago, I found that the crock pot was my best friend. I sure did. Love the crock pot. Not only is it your best friend, but your food, it's like you're coming to your grandmother's house, and you know, the supper's done, and you know, it smells good when you walk in. And so I'm going to teach you a few little things about that too in just a few minutes. But let's do the peanut butter cups first. Okay, so you want to get them into the mold, and it'll look something like this. Okay, and make sure you press it down in there really good. Okay, now I'm going to wind up. We'll go into a commercial break in just a few minutes, and what I'll be doing is putting this chocolate mixture back into the microwave so it can kind of soften it up a little bit. All right, now let's make the peanut butter part of it. This is easy too. So all we're going to do, and I'm going to use this knife right here for mixing. You don't have to have a bunch of fancies, anything. Okay, so what we're going to do is use 3 tablespoons of the powdered sugar. Now, make sure you're precise on this, okay? So this is my tablespoon. I want it to be level full. Okay, and I'm going to kind of press it against the box. Okay, there's 1. And let's go with 2 and 3. 3 tablespoons. Now, let me tell you something. You know, a lot of folks would just like leave the powdered sugar thing like this. Don't do that. You always want to use a twist tie, okay? Keeps everything fresh. And what you'll find when you do that, when you're keeping everything fresh like this, it's going to last a lot longer. Food costs too much. I mean, everything is just too high. And so by doing this, we're preserving it, okay? All right, so we got the peanut butter in here. We got that ready. So I'm going to give you another tip, and this is about peanut butter. Like when you measure peanut butter, they only need a ½ cup of peanut butter. You know, it's when you don't put something on the inside, you could use some butter, maybe some melted butter. But this is all I do. I just use my spray can to make sure you shake it, okay? Because the residue builds up if you don't shake it. And you sure don't want that. I'm just going to lightly spray it. That's all I've done. And you're going to watch, this peanut butter is just going to come right out. Okay, let's grab another spoon. Okay. Now, my peanut butter, I'm going to ½ cup. Now, again, it can't be crunchy, okay? You need to have your smooth peanut butter. Okay, let's see. After a while in cooking, you can just about figure out how much you need without measuring. But, we're going to measure it. Okay. And, let's see, just a smidgen more. Okay. Again, we're making chocolate peanut butter cups. Oh yeah, who doesn't like chocolate peanut butter cups? Get that stuff out of your way. Okay, now I'm going to mix these ingredients together. I'm going to just put it in here. Okay, look how smooth that came out. Look, nothing in the bottom. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, I've got it in my little bowl, and let's go ahead and just start mixing this up real good, okay? That's the trick. Now, it has to be powdered sugar. Do not use granulated sugar. I mean, you can, but the only thing about using granulated is it's going to be grainy like. So that's why I want to use powdered sugar. I have, under an emergency situation, and maybe I'm out of powdered sugar and, you know, oh, I forgot to get some. What you can do is put your granulated sugar into a blender. Now, it takes a while, okay? But you can blend it up and wind up with granulated sugar. And that's all this is. It's just sugar that has been powdered down. But for the convenience of everything, I wanted to go on ahead and get this all mixed up. Okay, now you got to make sure it's all, I'll get a little bit closer to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. So you've got to make sure that it's mixed up really well. I have done this with my fingers. Actually, your fingers are the best tool you can possibly have in the kitchen. Yeah. So, it does take a little while because, now you could do it with a mixer, but I just prefer to do it this way. Okay, that way I'm not dragging out the mixer and all that stuff, because I've got one of those big heavy duty ones. Okay, you see what I'm doing here. And, yeah, see, it's beginning to mix up now. You just got to keep at it. And a good way to mix is just to get your spoon, whatever you're mixing with, and kind of break it up a little bit. Because, see, it's got to be well coated. Okay. Yeah, so that's doing the job. Just got to break it up a little bit. Don't you just love cooking? I do, and it seems like, I don't know, I like to eat out too. And I mean, we've got like the Hatter Cafe is a great, great place to go. And Lamon's Mexican restaurant, I love going there to eat too. But sometimes I just want to cook. And sometimes it's inconvenient to stop and get something on the way, and because you've been working all day, you got to get the kids ready for school and all that stuff. Okay, now see how well that is mixed. It didn't take that long. And had I not been talking to you, I'd probably had it done a lot quicker. Okay, here we go. I think that looks really good. Now, doesn't that look like the inside of a Reese's peanut butter cup? I think it does too. Okay, so I'm going to put even mixtures in here. So what I'm going to do is divide it up. And then we're going to put some inside those cups.
So your healthcare provider has ordered
Okay.
Cologuard for you and you receive.
And you'll see it's real easy to mix. You can do this with your fingers. So what I'm going to do is just put a little round ball, and I'm going to kind of squish it just a little bit.
Action kit.
Then what I'll do is put it inside the cup. Okay, see what I'm doing? Right there. It's inside that cup. Okay. All right, there's one. We're going to make 6 of them. And even if you have kind of messed it up a little bit around the sides, which I always do, it's not going to matter. Some of the things when you get older, some of the things you used to sweat over was totally uncalled for. You didn't have to sweat it out. Okay, I got 3 more. It's not going to be exactly the same, but he's going to get a measuring stick out. Well, somebody's going to do that. Why do you need them over at your house for anyway? Okay. So we've got just a little bit left. Enough for 2 more, so it worked out just perfectly. So here we go. And I'm rounding it out. My hands are good and clean, by the way. And then I'm just going to divide that one in half. And I'll put that one down in here, inside of this one. And inside of this one. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay? So that's what it looks like so far. Okay? We've got to go into a commercial break, and we shall return in just a couple of minutes. Y'all hang in there, okay? We'll be right back.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
Hey, we are back. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant TV, which is syndicated. You can find us on channel 182, Abundant TV, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You can also find us on the web, icradio.media. We are back. So, what I did, I went on ahead while we were on the break. I melted the chocolate again. Now, let me tell you about the chocolate. If you use chocolate chips, you got to be careful not to heat it too much, because what's going to happen is it's just going to be, it'll be good, but it just, the presence, it won't go in and it won't soak real good into your little chocolate and peanut butter mixture right here, okay? So what I did, I'll give you a tip. So what you can do, you can use some of the almond bark. Now this is the store brand from Albertville Foodland Plus, and it's just as good as any national brand. So what I did, went on ahead and added 3 of the blocks. See, this comes in block form. Let's open it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Now when you store these, you want to store this in a plastic bag, okay, because you don't want it to harden or anything like that. So I used 1, 2, 3 blocks, and I melted that. Then the chocolate chips, I went on ahead and put them inside, and I've been mixing that. So I'll show you how much creamier it is. And that's what you want. You want a real creamy texture. See, look at that. That's what you want. Now the combination with the almond bark and the milk chocolate is a really good. It's going to harden, and it's going to be exactly what you need it to be, okay? And remember, I stuck in about a tablespoon of butter with the chocolate chips, okay? And that made it a bit creamier too. It's just, this recipe is a good recipe, and I found it on the internet, but sometimes you have to adjust. Maybe it's just, I'm on Sand Mountain, so maybe I had to adjust for the Sand Mountain area. I don't know. But anyway, this is what works. Okay, now see, this is already beginning to harden right here, okay? So let's go on ahead, and I'm going to put my chocolate, I'm going to put a dollop of the chocolate mixture, okay? And see what I'm doing here? I want it completely covered. I want it to cover the ends of it as well. You can do a little dollop and make it look pretty, whatever you want to do. Okay, and here we go again. So you can see how that chocolate mixture is not reaching the sides. I want it to go inside the sides. Okay, that way you got chocolate covering all the way around. Who doesn't like chocolate? Okay, now I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. And I'll put it back in here. See how I put the dollop of peanut butter like right here? And see there's no chocolate like right here around the sides. That's why I want the texture to be a little more runny. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's go ahead and put this back into the little platter. Some more of that luscious chocolate. Now these are going to be pretty big. They're bigger than what you buy as far as the Reese's peanut butter cups. They're a little bit bigger than that. Okay, so here we go. We've got 3 of them combined. Let's go ahead and add some more mixture right here, and we'll put it on top of this one. Now you got to work pretty fast on this because this chocolate will harden, and if it hardens too much, it's best to go on ahead and just put a layer of it on. And then if you have any left over, you can always put extra. Okay, I'm going to do this really quick. All right, here's the last one. Okay, there we go. Phil is sitting right over there just waiting on me to have some of this chocolate left over, but don't tell him, okay? Because what I want to do is use the rest of it on these peanut butter cups because he's going to get plenty of peanut butter cut. He's always sitting there waiting to clean the bowl. I bet he did that when he was a kid growing up. He probably sat there while his mother was baking cakes and cookies and stuff and ate stuff up. I did too, didn't you? Wasn't that a fun part of growing up? Okay, now I've got just a little bit left over. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put that on top. All right, a little bit left over. I think I see a hand coming over here. I better save him a little bit, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, you can have it. He's got this much. That's plenty. That's plenty. Here you go, honey. Okay, so he's going to eat that. And I'm going to eat a little bit of it that came off of my hand. Now, what we're going to do throughout the rest of this segment, we've got about 6 minutes left. It's not going to harden all the way. So it'll take, I think, about an hour or so to set up. And so there we go. There's our Reese's peanut butter cups that we made home. Okay. And so what I'll do the next show, if there's one left, I'm going to get one. I'm going to cut it in half and let you see what it looks like on the inside. Okay. I got some more stuff I got to share with you. I'm glad we got a little bit of time left over. And let me go ahead and move some of this stuff over out of the way. Okay, and let's get my cloth, and I'm going to wipe this off because I don't want this to get on my iPad. Okay, here we go. So I've got some more recipes for you. All right, let's see. Here are the 2 ingredient recipes, and we're going to come back and have another show, and I'll give you a couple more ideas about what to do as well. 2 ingredient recipes, and there are several in here like chicken. So what I like to do over the weekend, I'll get my crock pot out, and I'll get some chicken breast, or maybe a whole chicken, and I'll broil it. I'll put it in the oven, put it in an oven bag, or just throw it in the crock pot. And then what happens is I'm cooking it, and there's going to be a lot of chicken. We're not going to eat all of that on an entire meal. Now, usually Mother comes over and we feed her too, but there's still going to be a lot of chicken left over. So there are different things you can do with this leftover chicken. So I'm going to give you some ideas on what to do. Okay, let's see. By the way, use the good freezer bags. That's one thing I don't skimp on. I got to have the good freezer bags because I want to make sure that everything's going to stay good and fresh. If you get the cheaper ones, sometimes you'll get some freezer burn, and you don't want freezer burn on any of your product. Okay, lemon pepper chicken. So what you'll do, and this is if you haven't already cooked it. So you'll marinate your chicken in lemon juice and zest, and then you'll sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper before you grill it or before you saute it. Serve it with spinach, green beans, or asparagus for a very healthy meal. We've been eating a lot of slaw, and it's kind of like a freezer slaw recipe. And so I'll add olive oil and some cooking oil, and then add a few herbs and maybe some onion and stuff like that. And it'll keep for like good 2 or 3 weeks, and without putting it on top of sandwiches and stuff like that too. Okay, Italian chicken. So what you'll do is toss your chicken in a zip line Ziploc bag with some Italian dressing and marinate it for a few hours. It's good to do it overnight. And then when you get up in the morning, you toss it and throw it in the crock pot, and you're ready to go to work. Now, what you can do, come dinner time, let's say about 45 minutes to an hour, you can bake it at a 350 degree oven. And you can also dice the chicken, skewer it, and you can toss it on the grill or put it in the microwave. Or, best thing, put it in the crock pot. Okay, put it in the crock pot, make sure you're going to be gone for several hours. Don't turn it down high, maybe high for about an hour, okay? And then when you're about ready to leave the house, turn it down to low and let it cook all day long. Oh, it's going to smell good when you walk in. Okay, barbecue chicken legs. Round up a few chicken legs, marinate them in your favorite barbecue sauce for just about an hour, and then grill or baste with more sauce. You can also broil them for about 15 minutes or use the good old trusted crock pot or the browning bags. Those are good too. Okay, I've still got some time, so let me go ahead and finish these off. Okay, barbecue chicken sandwiches. So you can try this is their favorite crock pot recipe. By the way, you can find all of these recipes on shelfcooking.com. shelfcooking.com. Okay, the barbecue sandwiches. So what you can do is get shredded chicken, maybe some that you pre-cooked and you've thrown it in the freezer. You get it out, and then what you can do is just toss it with your favorite sauce. Now let's say you've run out of barbecue sauce. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Easy solution. Get about a cup of ketchup. You want to add about a quarter cup of brown sugar to it. And then put some spices in it. It can be something like chili powder. That's really good with it. And you can also use garlic powder. And you got you some homemade barbecue sauce. Okay, teriyaki chicken. Smother. Don't you like the way that sounds? Smother any cut of chicken in your favorite teriyaki sauce. Then you can bake it, grill it, or cook it in the crock pot. You hear the crock pot's one of my favorite friends, okay? Okay, cream cheese chicken. This is to die for. See, this is all you do. And people are you got company coming over? Do this. They'll think you spent hours in the kitchen. Season 2 to 3 chicken breasts with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Place it in the crock pot. Top it with cream cheese. Kind of let it get at room temperature so you can kind of smooth it over the chicken really good. Cook for 4 to 6 hours on low or 6 to 8 hours on high. You want to shred and serve over pasta, rice, or veggies. It's got a really good taste to it. Let's try to kick off 2 more. Okay, salsa chicken. Throw a few chicken breasts in the crock pot, then dump a jar of salsa on top. Cook for 4 to 6 hours on low or 6 to 8 hours on high, then shred and serve it in tacos. You'll have leftovers for the freezer too. Pesto chicken. This is good. Okay, everybody around here loves pesto, you know. So this is what you do. Just top your chicken breast with pesto. That's all you do. Pesto. And then bake it at 350 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour. Depends on your oven, really. You know, and also depends on where you live. Up here on the mountain, it seems like we don't have to cook stuff as long as other folks in the valley do. So who knows what the big deal is on that. Thank you so much for watching The Edge on IC Radio. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host, and I'm here to make life easier for you, just like I'm trying to make it easy for myself too. And on the next show, we're going to have these things right here ready. I'll cut them in half and let you see what the Reese's Peanut Butter homemade cups look like. Again, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate that. And if you have any ideas for segments of the show, if you will just send an email to Donna@icradio.media. That's ICInChristRadio.media. You can also send a text my way. I would appreciate that as well. My telephone number, text number is 256-659-4319. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it very, very much.